My name is Greg Thomas. I'm a woodturner. Live in Elkins, Arkansas. I started out as a furniture maker, and after taking a wood-turning course, it kind of changed my whole focus. I was originally born in Arkansas. Then my parents moved to Texas. I grew up on Galveston Island, went to school in Texas. I just felt like I needed to make a move, and I'd actually spent a couple of years living on a commune in the 60s outside of Mountain View, Arkansas. And I knew about Fayetteville. I came here and it was just one of those places where I felt at home, and been here ever since. I sailed across the Atlantic in 1974 on a 40-foot sloop, and I ended up being the bosun's mate. I was the person who got to repair the mast in the middle of the Atlantic, and I got a real appreciation for what fine woodworking was, being around boats. When I moved to Arkansas in the late 70s, I built my own house, then I built the furniture, then people started asking me to build furniture, and it was just kind of a natural progression. I really found my niche, I think. At least I found the thing that makes me most happy, which is taking pieces of wood that might otherwise get thrown in the fire or left to rot, and making beautiful things out of them. And I've got to tell you a little bit about my wife, because we didn't get married until we were 50. And she was already a well-recognized, accomplished weaver who had made a living weaving for many, many years. When we got married, she asked me what tool I didn't have. And I said, well, I don't have a lathe. I've always wanted one. She said, well, you've got to get a lathe. And we went to a show in Nashville, and Judy Dittmer was there. And she mentioned that she was teaching a class at Anderson Ranch. Mim, my wife, said, you've got to go, because you will make such great strides by going and being with someone who's a master at what they do, rather than learning it all on your own. And she was so right. And then Mim has a store in Fayetteville called Handmade Market, and it sells her work, it sells my work, and it's also a gourmet food store. So we kind of cover all the bases. In Arkansas, you kind of have to do that. And Mim has been, she's been an inspiration, because she's someone who's made a living doing what she loves her whole life. And that's something I admire greatly. I, on the other hand, have found a job that gave me money, insurance, and retirement security, while giving me every other week off. For the last 27 years, I've been a woodworker for a week, and I've driven a Walmart truck for a week. So when I look into the future, I just see finding more interesting pieces of wood, finding more fun and challenging things to do with them, and that's enough for me.